Good afternoon, students. This is video number 17, part 2, chapter number 4, refraction of light at plane surface. So in this video, we will discuss some application of refraction of light. First of all, real and apparent depth. Now, first of all, this is the boundary of separation between the two media, or you can say that it is air or water, glass, or something like that. Students, you might have performed one activity at your home when a transparent glass is filled with water and a coin is dipped in it, and when that coin is seen obliquely, that coin seems to be raised up. Now that raised part of the coin is the virtual image of the coin, and this is all due to the phenomena of refraction of light. So whenever the object is in the denser medium and it is viewed from the rarer medium, the object seems to be raised up, and this is all due to the phenomena of refraction of light. So let us draw one diagram. This is air, and let the object is in the water. Let's somewhere here, or you can take a coin. It is here in the optically denser medium, that it is in the water. So in order to understand it, just draw one ray, means falling normally at the boundary of separation between the two media. Okay. So this is the normal. You can take it O. Now AO is the real depth. AO is the real depth of the object or the coin. This is the real depth. Now the person is standing in optically rarer medium or in air, and the object is in the denser medium. So the ray of light will be coming from the object. It will coming like this, and when it will strike the medium, it will forms a normal, and it will bends away from the normal. This is the refraction. Now this angle AO, let this is B. This is angle of incidence, because the ray of light is coming from the object O. This is the angle of incidence, and this angle is the angle of refraction. Now students, let this object is being viewed from here only, and when it is viewed from here, this is the original path of the refracted ray. So this angle, and let this angle is I, this angle is R. So this is the apparent depth. This is the apparent depth of the object. Means when the object is seen from here, the object is seen to be raised up. and let you can take it I. Means I is the virtual image of this object when it is viewed from the rarer medium. Or in other words, you can say that this phenomena only takes place in the denser medium only in the denser medium. So AI is the apparent depth, AO is the real depth. So IO, that is known as shift. What it is known as shift. So this angle is equal. This is the interior angle, alternate interior angle, and you can take it a transversal ray. You can take it a transversal ray. Just apply the geometry here. This angle is equal to this angle, and this angle is equal to this angle. So only you have to draw the diagram only. Then the refractive index of this medium with respect to air, that is equal to real depth. I'm just writing it RD, real depth upon apparent depth. So refractive index of medium means this medium, denser medium with respect to air, that is equal to real depth upon apparent depth. So apparent depth is equal to real depth upon refractive index of medium with respect to air. Now shift means how much the object seems to be raised up. So shift is equal to real depth minus apparent depth. So we can write here like real depth minus, you can apply this relation here. You can write it RD upon refractive index of medium with respect to air. So just take RD common. What left? 1 minus 1 upon refractive index of medium with respect to air. So this is the formula of shift, and this is the formula of refractive index of the denser medium with respect to air. RD upon AD, and AD is equal to RD upon AD, this thing. So let us move to the next. The next is this apparent bending of a stick. Again, this is a phenomena of due to refraction of light. Like this is a stick and it is immersed in the water. Now water is the denser medium. So when this stick is viewed from the rarer medium or from the air, it seems to be bending. Now why it seems to be bending? This is all due to the phenomena of refraction of light. Now when you will be asked to draw the diagram, you have to make sure that this point P dash should be exactly above the P. Should be exactly on the P. It should not be here, it should not be here. Otherwise your diagram will be supposed to be wrong. So these are the virtual ray of light. So whenever you are asked to draw, so you have to draw it in the dotted lines. I hope you have understood. So you must practice this diagram. So this is the real depth and this is the apparent, and this is the virtual image of the object. It is seen when it is viewed from the optically rarer medium. So just practice. Only you have to draw the diagram and you have to write the phenomena. Why it seems to be bending? It is just because of the phenomena of refraction of light. So like this. Now the object is in the air or in the rarer medium, and you are in the water, in the denser medium. And when the object is outside, when you will view it from the denser medium, it seems to be bit taller. This is again due to the phenomena of refraction of light. So even you can go through this. The star appears twinkling in the sky due to change in refracting index of air with temperature. Just go through it. Now let us move to the next topic, that is very important topic. This is critical angle and total internal reflection. Critical angle and total internal reflection. It is also represented with TIR, total internal reflection. Now we know that this is the boundary of separation. Again, this is optically rarer medium and this is optically denser medium. You can take it water or you can take it glass. Now let the ray of light is coming from the source, striking the boundary of separation of the two media. So what will happen? It will form normal. As we know that partially it will get reflected, and partially it will get refracted. So this is the angle of incidence, this is the angle of reflection, and this is the angle of refraction. You can take it R dash. So partially get reflected and partially get refracted. So students, just see that if we will keeps on increasing this angle of incidence, if we will keep on increasing the angle, what will happen? Now this refracted ray will bend towards in this direction. It will bend towards in this direction. I hope you are getting. If you will increase the angle of incidence, when the angle of incidence increase, the refracted ray will bend towards the boundary of separation between the two media. So at one stage on increasing the angle of incidence, when you will increase this angle at one stage, the refracted ray will bend normal or perpendicular at the boundary of separation. It will bend like this, and partially it will get reflected also. So here R is 90 degree. It means that how we can define the critical angle. This is known as the critical angle. Now critical angle is the angle of incidence. First of all, I am just writing the definition of critical angle. Critical angle is the angle of incidence. Critical angle is the angle of incidence for which the angle of refraction, in the rarer medium is 90 degree. So it means that critical angle. It is represented with IC. Critical angle is equal to angle of incidence in the denser medium. I am just writing here, in the denser medium, corresponding to which the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So when the angle of refraction is 90 degree, at that time the the angle of incidence is known as critical angle. So this is what critical angle is. I hope you have understood. Once again, critical angle is the angle of incidence. Once again, the critical angle is the angle of incidence in the optically denser medium. Even you can write it here, and you can write here glass. So the critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium, corresponding to which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. It means that when the refraction of light is taking place from optically denser to optically rarer medium, and if the angle of refraction is 90 degree, it means that angle is known as critical angle. Now again, if you will increase this angle of incidence, what will happen? Now this refracted ray will get totally reflected in the denser medium. Once again, students, again this is air, again this is glass. On further increasing the angle of incidence, so this ray will totally get reflected in the denser medium only. So this angle and this angle is equal. Clear? So this phenomena is known as total internal reflection. What it is known as? Total internal reflection. So total internal reflection means, in this case, the angle of incidence, I'm just writing, the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle from here. So in this case, we can say that critical angle is equal to angle of incidence in this case. But in this case, the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, and in the first case, we can say that angle of incidence that is less than the critical angle. IC means critical angle. So when the refraction takes place, it means the angle of incidence which is coming from the denser medium is less than the critical angle. And when the angle of incidence is equal to critical angle, for that the angle of refraction would be 90 degree. So these are the three cases. So total internal reflection takes place. Total internal means if the intensity of this ray is 100%, so it will get reflected with the 100% intensity. That is why it is known as total internal reflection. And this phenomena only takes place in the denser medium only. So we can define it: total internal reflection takes place in the optically denser medium when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. Once again, students, how you can define total internal reflection? Total internal reflection only takes place in the optically denser medium when the angle of incidence in the optically denser medium is greater than the critical angle. So this is what total internal reflection. Once again, critical angle is the angle in which the angle of refraction, that should be 90 degree. Here I am writing critical angle is equal to angle of incidence in the denser medium for which angle of refraction is 90 degree. And whereas when the angle of incidence further increased, so it get totally reflected in the same medium. So at that time angle of incidence that is greater than the critical angle. Like critical angle takes place here on the boundary of separation. When you will increase this angle, what will happen? So it will again bends downward direction, downward. So total internal reflection will take place. So these two topics are very important, critical angle and total internal reflection. So critical angle, once again student, critical angle is the angle of incidence in the optically denser medium, corresponding to which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. And in this case again total internal reflection takes place in the optically denser medium, in which the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. Or you can say that this is also the condition also for the occurrence of total internal reflection. Now the relation between critical angle and refractive index. Critical angle relation, I am just writing the next topic. It is relation between critical angle and the refractive index. Now here critical angle and the refractive index. So first of all, the ray of light is getting refracted in air, so we can write it refracting index of air with respect to glass. We have taken here glass, so glass according to the Snell's law, sin I upon sin R. So in this case I is equal to sin IC, R means sin 90. Look, this is the Snell's law, na? Sin I upon sin R. So I here is equal to critical angle and R here is equal to 90 degree. So sin 90, that is equal to 1. So refractive index of air with respect to glass, that is equal to sin I C. You can write here sin 90 degree, that is equal to 1. Now we can apply here the principle of reversibility. So we can say that by applying principle of reversibility. So refractive index of air with respect to glass, that is equal to 1 upon refractive index of glass with respect to air. So this is equal to what? This is equal to sin IC. This is equal to sin IC. This is equal to A refractive index, or you can write it refractive index of glass with respect to air, that is equal to 1 upon sin IC. So 1 upon sin IC, that is equal to cosecant CIC. So this is the relation between the critical angle and the refractive index. Now let us move to the next topic, that there are certain factors which affects the critical angle. There are only two factors, one is color and another is temperature. Now with increase in the wavelength or color of the light, the critical angle also increase. In other words, you can say the critical angle increase with the increase in wavelength of the light, and critical angle increases with the increase in temperature. So these are the two factors which affects the critical angle. Like that, condition for the total internal reflection that we have discussed now. The first condition is the light must travel from denser to rarer medium, and the second condition is the angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle for the pair of media. Only then the total internal reflection takes place. Now the next topic is total internal reflection in prism. Next topic is total internal reflection. Total internal reflection in a prism. First of all, total internal reflection in three different prisms. First of all, we will take one right angle isosceles, then equilateral, then right angle prism. First of all, we will take a case of total internal reflection through a 45 degree, 90 degree and 45 degree prism, or you can say right angled isosceles prism. So in this case we will take three cases to deviate a ray of light through 90 degree. First case I will take to deviate a ray of light through 90 degree. So first of all I will draw a right angle isosceles prism. Let's see it. You have to practice all this prism of your own. So this is A, B, C sides. So this angle is of 90 degree, this angle is of 45 degree, and this angle is of 45 degree. So in this case we will consider that the angle, critical angle, that is 42 degree. Let the critical angle in all of these cases we will take critical angle 42 degree. In the total internal reflection case, in any of the case we will take the critical angle 42 degree, or you can say that glass air interface, the critical angle is about 42 degree. When the total internal reflections takes place, we always take critical angle 42 degree. So first of all, just see, this is 45 degree, this is also 45 degree. First of all, we will take one ray of light which falls normally on the surface AB. It is falling normally. When it will falls normal, it will strike like this. Normal ray always pass like this. Clear? When it will strike here at the surface AC, it will forms a normal. It will forms a normal. Just see, now this angle is 45 degree. So this angle is 90 degree. This angle is 90. So this angle is also 90 degree. means the sum of the triangle is 180 degree. So if this angle is 45 degree, so this is a normal. Normal means this complete angle is of 90 degree. And if this is 40, it means this angle is 45 degree. It means this angle of incidence 45 degree is greater than the critical angle 42. And if it is greater than 42, it means total internal reflection will takes place. Means it will went like this. So this angle will also be of 45 degree. So like this you have to draw this. Even you can draw another ray of light. You can take another ray of light. Then you can try it off your own. So once again I will explain it to you. This is the normal ray striking the surface AB and passes undeviatedly and strike another surface AC. So when it will strike, it will form a normal here. Normal means this complete angle is of 90 degree. Once again I am doing this complete angle is of 90 degree. Normal means 90 degree. So just see to it, this angle is 45, this angle is 90. It means this angle is 45. Means the angle, sum of angle of the triangle, that is equal to 180 degree. So if this is 90, this is 45, automatically this is 45 and it is a normal. So if this is 45, it means this is also 45. So this is angle of incidence and which is more than the critical angle which we take 42. So without any deviation, it will get totally reflected. So this is one of the example to deviate a ray of light through 90 degree. Now this action of the prism, this action of the prism is used in periscope. Used in periscope. This action of the prism is used in periscope. This is one important to deviate a ray of light through 90 degree. So this type of the action of the prism is used in a periscope where a total reflecting prism is preferred over a plain mirror.